Hey everybody, Nicole Johnson, Co-Vision Real Estate Group. Today's mortgage note video is part one in this series of what are the risk factors when buying a mortgage note. So today's topic is about what if the borrower stops paying. Most frequently asked question, everybody's biggest concern is what happens if they just stop paying. So let's dive into what happens if you have to actually go to a full foreclosure. So the borrower has basically gone dark. They've stopped making payments. They've shown no signs in trying to do a loan modification through the loan servicing company. They've just gone dark and they've just stopped paying. Yeah, the risk factor, you might have to take it through foreclosure, but it's not as scary as it sounds. And you can actually benefit from this in the long run by making a smart investment and making sure the loan to value ratios are strong and secure. So let me explain what that means. So they've gone dark, they're not making payments, they haven't made any effort. And so you've got to work with the loan servicing company to go through the foreclosure process. So say you make it all the way through the foreclosure process, one of two things is going to happen. So you make it to the foreclosure process, that property is going to go to auction. If it goes to auction, you can add what the balance of the loan is. So whatever they have left paid, what they missed in payments, you get to add to that balance. You also get to add any fees that you have incurred through attorney's fees, loan servicing company fees to go through this process. You can add that into the foreclosure balance. So if somebody buys the property at auction, they have to make you whole with all of the existing like back payments that the borrower hadn't made, all of the fees, all of the attorney fees. So worst case, if you have to make it through to foreclosure and somebody buys it at auction, you get made whole, including all of the months of missed payments that they had made before you started the foreclosure process. So worst case, you're going to get made whole. The second option is, say it goes to the foreclosure auction and nobody bids on it. The benefit of this is that when you're buying mortgage notes as part of our due diligence process, we are doing evaluation to make sure that your loan to value ratio is really low. And what I mean by that is you might be buying a mortgage note for $80,000, but we're making sure that that property's value is at least $150,000, if not more. So if you are taking it to foreclosure, you could very well end up with a property that you spent $80,000 on, but now it's worth actually $150,000. So second worst case scenario, you take it all the way to foreclosure, nobody bids on it, and you end up with the property. Well, now you have an asset that's worth double what you paid for it. So yeah, there's more time, more paperwork, more phone calls that need to be made. But what you can do with that property, you can put it on the market. You can reach out to a realtor. You can find another seller finance deal and find another buyer and create another loan on the property and be the mortgage note or lender on that property again. So what sounds like a really scary process of, oh my gosh, am I going to have to take this property back or am I going to have to go to foreclosure? The answer is yes, potentially. But one worst case, you could be made whole through all the fees and all the expenses. You can be made whole and then you get your money back and you just go buy another mortgage note. Or two, yes, you get the property back, but it's actually worth substantially more than what you originally paid for it. So you can actually turn this into a benefit, become a savvy investor, and make more money off of something that sounds really scary in the first place. So this is one reason why we love mortgage notes, is there's so many different ways to protect your money that sound scary but actually aren't, and your money can actually really be protected in this and make it a long-term investment. Great term strategy for you to protect your money and keep it safe. So if this sounds appealing to you, or it helps at least to ease your fear that investing really isn't that scary after all, feel free to reach out. Would love to sit down and chat and would love to give you more information. So hope this helps. Make it a great day. Thanks. Bye.